What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good, people? What is up? What is up? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow right here all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these pants on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequence. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see. Can I see? Get me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Hello. How the hell are you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all my non-binary gender conforming people? Welcome to Run Your Mouth. I am L Teddy 27 here today to give you all of the politics and news and things that have been going on all damn day. Drinking on some Cran Tropical. How's everyone doing today? Oh, y'all, it's I can tell it's the end of the work week. I'm ready to lay it down. Ready to lay my stinking ass down and not be bothered. Okay. Nevertheless, we are here. We're going to get through it. We're going to make it do what it do. And we're going to get the hell out of it. Okay? There's no vodka in here. There's nothing but Cran Tropical. Now, I got some gin over here that I can pour in it, but ain't nothing in it right now. And I got the second half of my bagel sandwich that I made for lunch. They're sitting right here in front of me. I'm tired, y'all. I need a nap. I do. I need a nap in the worst way. So we gonna get through this. My ex-boyfriend has been texting me. God of mercy. Oh Lord. God of love. Um yeah. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. All right. Um all right, listen. Oh God. Hey, Antonia, lovely 31 Blueprint, Tamara, Dream 007, Ravine, what's going on? Hey, Yolanda Morgan. Hey, Mama Bees. What's going on? Hey, Sherry Watson. Morgan. What's been going on, Morgan? I ain't seen you in a little minute. How you been? Now, how you been, Morgan? You been all right, my love? Hey, Aquarius, the only real sign. Oh, dear God. Oh. Hey, Savon. I'm only saying that Aquarius because, they claim it's supposed to be Aquarius season, even though Capricorn season goes all the way until February 14th. But I guess we'll let y'all have it, honey. I guess, honey. Child, it ain't going nowhere. And they say next week is gonna be worse. So brace yourself. Brace yourself. Hey, Precious Jewel. Hey, Tanya Boo. Tanya, you over there on the west side. They said you might be all right over there on the west side. They say the north side and the east side is gonna be nothing nice. But they say y'all over there on the west side might be all right. Hey, Butterfly. Trey, what's going on, sir? What's going on? Well, my ex-boyfriend, his birthday is not until August, so but he hit me up because his mom's birthday was, I think, yesterday. And I told him to tell his mom I said happy birthday. And so he reached out and now he won't leave me alone. Hey, Dorothy. Ciao. Hey, Tracy W. Hey, Demetria. What's going on, boo? Hey, Catherine Powell. What is up? Catherine. I'm still waiting for my update on what y'all got going on down to the beef sector. You'll be telling me nothing, Catherine. You're supposed to keep me up to date. And you'll be telling me nothing. See how you do me, Catherine? You ain't right. You are not right. His mama still love me and his sister. Child, I always do well with the families. Like every ex I have, their family love me. Consequently, my family love most of my exes, and I can't. Child, we ain't gonna even go down. No, no, not at the moment. Mm-mm. No, I used to, but I don't anymore. Montrez, what's good, bruh? What is up, Montrez? You over there in the VA. Listen, y'all supposed to get a lot of ice over there. We're gonna talk about it in just a second. Um, Montrez, are you prepared? Are you ready? Can I get a Shondo in the chat? Let me know y'all ready to get this party started. Cause we have a light dossier today. And y'all know what that means when we have a light dossier. A light dossier spells trouble. That means fuck shit and fuckery. Y'all know how y'all like to clown and get out of order when I mentioned the fact that we have a light dossier. I might have just jinxed myself. Mm, mm, mm. Whenever I announce that there's a light dossier, you people, the wonderful pupils, y'all get out of hand. Ciao. Ciao. Okay, Catherine. Because I be trying to find out, and I be needing you to keep me up to speed. I be needing you to let me know what's going on. You and Jay Parrish. Just saying. Let's go ahead and get this party started. So, we're starting the same way we have for the last 3 days. Please let the record show. We informed you all about what was coming as early as Tuesday. Did we not? Was I not here opening the show on Tuesday with the fact that there was a bitter winter storm coming? I'm just saying. So don't act like y'all ain't know. Don't act like you were not informed. Y'all knew. Y'all had time to prepare. I went and bought me some beef jerky and some protein bars because I like beef jerky and I like protein bars and I don't have to cook those. In a pinch, I do got a charcoal grill, so I can put stuff on the charcoal grill if I just want to. Can. Okay. So, probably and I know some of y'all are asking, what am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna thug it out. I think I'm gonna stay home because my child stays on the east side. He stays in DeKalb County, and the east side is supposed to get the worst of the ice. I am on the north side. I'm like north central. And so, like Tanya knows where I am. My side is right on the cusp. It could be bad, it could not be so bad. But my child, he may end up having to come to my house because he over there where on the east side where they're saying, yeah, y'all finna get that ice. So y'all know I'm a whole ass thug over here. I'm gonna thug it out. I got a whole charger pack. Like I got like it's not a generator, but it's this big battery pack thing where I can charge my laptop, I can charge my phones, I can charge all of that. So I have one of those. I also have my National Weather Service radio, my NOAA radio that I can charge things with also. So I feel like if the power does go out, I should be good. Um, yeah, I should be good. So, hey, Janae. Yeah, I should be fine. Hey, Tanya Boo. That's even if he can get. Well, I had said, Tanya, if I was going to go over his house, I said that I was going to go tomorrow night. So I said I was going to leave tomorrow night and stay over there for the weekend. But looking at the report, I might want to stay at my house, honey, listen, and thug it out. I'll be all right. Will. I'm just saying. I have one, friend. We told you which one to buy. If you bought the one that we told you to buy, friend, the NOAA radio, the National Weather Service radio, it have a crank on it. It got solar panels. It got a crank. It got all of that on there. Where were you at, friend? Well, we told you to get it, and that was last year, ma'am. Hey, Miss Shorty B. Hey, Terrence, what's good, bruh? You working remote tonight? Oh. Um, you gonna be over. You gonna have Janae over there singing Roberta Flack, strumming my pain with his fingers. I'm just saying. I don't eat baked beans. I don't eat baked beans, but I could go get some hot dogs tonight. Let me think about that. Hmm. Might go do that. Do I got charcoal? I got the grill out there, but I don't know if I had no damn charcoal. Let me go get some charcoal from the store. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go get some charcoal. I don't because I'm trying to think if I got any charcoal over there. I don't think I do. Child. Unless I do, and I don't know where it's at. Whatever. Hey, Miss Bay Thing. Um, yeah, it's supposed to snow over there in North Texas, though, like maybe Dallas. They said Dallas is probably gonna get ice and stuff. They're probably gonna get ice and sleet up there in northern Texas. Probably not down where he had in San Antonio. Let me give y'all the update. Here's the weather report and the weather update. So, the massive winter storm system is expected to bring crippling ice from Texas through parts of the South, potentially around a foot of snow from Oklahoma through Washington, D.C., New York, and Boston, and then a final punch of bitterly cold air that could drop wind chills to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit in parts of Minnesota and North Dakota. I'm sure that also includes Chicago. Baby, I don't, baby, I don't have it to do. Nope, 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 nope. Y'all gonna be up there in Chicago and Minneapolis, talk about minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, no, ma'am. No, God. Uh-uh. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Don't want no parts of it. Now, forecasters are warning the damage, especially in areas that get a large amount of ice, could rival a hurricane. About 160 million people were under winter storm or cold weather watches or warnings in many places. Um, listen. It's coming. They said that the storm is expected to begin tomorrow in New Mexico and Texas, and then the worst of the weather will move east into the deep south before heading up the coast and thumping New England with snow. Cold air streaming down from Canada caused Chicago Public Schools and Des Moines Public Schools in Iowa to cancel classes tomorrow. Wind chills predicted to be as low as minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, and could cause frostbite within 10 minutes, making it too dangerous to walk to school or wait for the bus. Jesus. Listen, they're saying if you are in Chicago, Minneapolis, the Iowa, baby, if you up there, baby, don't go outside tomorrow. Whatever, if you ain't got whatever you need, baby, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I don't know what to tell you if you ain't got what you need at this point. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Jocelyn. Hey, crazy homebody girl. They say if you're up in Chicago tomorrow, the wind chill will be minus 30, 37. Minus 35 degrees. Negative 35 degrees. They said that you could get frostbite in 10 minutes. Now they're saying that even after the winter storm passes, late Sunday into Monday, the ice is not going anywhere because there's a cold front that's going to come through right afterwards on Monday with Arctic air coming in from Canada. And they said freezing temperatures are expected all the way down to Florida. Mhm. They're saying that the actual temperature in the North and Midwest could get as cold as minus 25 or minus 30 degrees. Not the wind chill, the actual temperature. Not the wind chill. They're saying the actual temperature could get down to minus 25 or 30 degree, minus 25 or minus 30 degrees this coming Monday after the winter storm has parted. Mm-hmm. 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 Now the people are saying it must be serious because they got videos of Ted Cruz boarding a plane going out to California because he say he don't want no parts of this fuck shit. He's not gonna be over there with y'all bitches in Texas. He don't have that type of time. Y'all already know what he got going on. Don't ask no questions. So if you need him, he'll be in Southern California. Mm-hmm. You told him to, yeah, tell him to stay his ass inside because baby, it's gonna be cold up there. Cold. I'm scared for Angela Richey. She up there in Michigan. God, Lord. Now, where is Richard Smallwood's funeral gonna be here in Atlanta? Baby, I ain't going out there in that mess. Nope, 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 nope. I love you down, Richard. Love you down. Baby, I'm not going. Mm-mm. If it's here in Atlanta. Hey, Quake. Well, that's what people gonna be dealing with, Ravine. Yeah, Ted Cruz be out. Ted Cruz say, I ain't with this fuck shit. It's too fucking cold. Child. Girl. Anyway, child. But listen, please stay warm. Please stay warm. Let me see what this Richard Smallwood fume gonna be. Is it here in Atlanta? Um. Oh, it's in Maryland. Maryland shouldn't be too bad. I don't think on Saturday. They're saying Maryland, I think, is gonna be more late Saturday night, early Sunday morning when stuff should start to go downhill for y'all. So it should be all right to make it to the funeral and get back home. Now I ain't telling you to go stay at the repast all night long either. But you should be all right. No, they ain't had that man funeral yet. And I don't can somebody go look at the program? Who's singing? Who's singing? Because if they ain't got the right person singing, I don't want it. Just saying. We'll be over if I have power. We'll be over here doing Silly Saturday. I'm just saying. It will be in the middle of Silly Saturday while the funeral is going on. Mm-hmm. Miss Kiki says she's staying home. Is. It's gonna be 5 hours long, child. We'll be over here doing Silly Saturday if you need us. Okay. Mm-hmm. Ted Cruz is leaving so he can go get some so he don't have to be over there in that cold Nubian mahogany. He ain't fucking off. Y'all know how he is. Tedrika say she Tedrika say I don't do that cold shit. Mama had to get out of Dodge. Did they got her on the plane going to SoCal. Mm-hmm. So, well, listen. I hope that you're prepared. If you're not, tonight is your last night to get your affairs in order. If you don't have your affairs in order by tonight, baby, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. If you do not have your affairs in order by tonight, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Get your affairs in order. Okay. He on his way to Margaritaville. He on his way somewhere. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. Hey, Universal Goddess, what's going on? So we start off the Sugar Spike segment today. Hey, Yana. Yana, I hope you're prepared. They're saying you're gonna get a lot of ice, or either ice or snow. So I hope you prepared up there, Yana, for the ice or the snow, whichever one comes. So we start off the Sugar Spike segment today with the fact that next week, Friday, January 30th, is the deadline to get a deal done before we have a possible shutdown, another government shutdown, because there's a January 30th deadline funding. Now, there are 4 appropriations bills before the House. One of those appropriations bills is to fund the Department of Homeland Security. Oh yes, that Department of Homeland Security, the one led by that bitch Christie. Christie Nome. So here's some updates on these bills and them making it through the House before going to the Senate. The House advanced its final four appropriations bills today, including the Department of Homeland Security funding bill, bringing the House one step closer to meeting the January 30th funding deadline. The lower chamber voted 214 to 213 on the rule, which sets up debate and 2 separate votes on final passage after later in the afternoon. One vote will include measures to fund the Departments of Defense, Transportation, Housing and Urban Development, Health and Human Services, Labor, Education, and other related agencies. The House will separately vote on the DHS bill. The rule vote briefly stalled on the floor as the GOP leaders contending with a razor-thin margin tried to win over holdouts and flip 2 GOP no votes. Majority Whip Tom Emmer of Minnesota huddled with Freedom Caucus Chair Andy Harris of Maryland, who had not yet voted, and Representative Chip Roy of Texas. They all met in the speaker's lobby while Mike Johnson spoke with other holdouts, Andy Ogles and of Tennessee and Zach Nunn of Iowa on the House floor. Representatives Lauren Boebert and Victoria Spartz flipped their no votes to yes, and enough holdouts cast their votes. So they got enough Republicans that were no votes to vote yes on the bill. Now, this is not the bill to pass said laws. This is the bill. I mean, this is just a vote in order to go to debate, and then get to a final vote. Bearing in mind, it still has to pass the Senate. Now, the DHS bill would allow tens of billions of dollars to flow into ICE. It would also provide funding for the for FEMA. It would provide funding for TSA. It would provide funding for the Secret Service, and it would provide funding for the disaster relief fund, as well as other programs of the agencies. Now, of that agency, Department of Homeland Security. Now, the Republicans are fighting internally. The Democrats are on record saying we don't want no parts of this. We're not giving a dime more to ICE. They finally, because as late as yesterday morning, members of the Democratic leadership knew that there were members of the Democratic Party that was trying to vote yes on this bill to fund DHS. Now, because DHS is so unpopular, there's such an outcry from the majority of the electorate about ICE. The Democrats finally said, "Oh, I guess we have to not support the bill on DHS." So now Hakeem Jeffries is like, "Yeah, we want to defund." Really? Because just yesterday, you bitches were talking about giving the bill passage. Now, they were talking about passing the bill because they were like, oh, well, we have to think about FEMA, and we have to think about the TSA and and the Secret Service and the other things that DHS that falls under DHS. Fuck that. We're not giving tens of billions of dollars to ICE and Customs and Border Patrol so these bitches can disenfranchise American citizens. Now, even on the Republican side, some of them are going back and forth because they know ICE is very unpopular, even in Republican districts. Nobody likes ICE. Hey, Harold. Hey. Hey, Tracy. So, we gotta the Democrats are trying to hold the line, but they know they have to get some Republicans to vote no in order for this DHS bill not to go through. Now, there are some disputes on the Republican side. One major point of contention is a request from Republicans out of the Midwest to authorize year-round sales of E15 ethanol, a fuel blend with 10.5% to 15% ethanol blended with gasoline that has historically been restricted in the summer because of concerns about smog. GOP leaders ultimately struck a deal with holdouts to create a rural domestic energy council tasked with addressing the authorization of E15 ethanol. The council was established after the rule was adopted. The House also passed an amendment to the rule that would repeal provisions, including a November funding measure allowing senators to earn and we'll get to this one. I'm going to hold that thought. This part we're going to do on a separate story. We got a whole separate story on that we got to talk about. But the only thing that we can hope for at this point is that there's such an outcry in some of these Republican districts where the Republicans will feel pressure from their constituents not to give ICE more money. ICE is universally not liked in Democratic and Republican districts alike. So the only say now, do I believe that Republicans are going to give a damn about their constituents? No, I don't think they're going to give a damn. I think all of these quote unquote holdouts are going to do what they always do, claim to be holdouts, and then when the vote is taken, they'll go ahead and bend the knee and just go ahead and just vote the way the Trump administration and Mike Johnson wants them to vote. I just wanted to give y'all an update on that because I know some people had some questions about that the other day. So that there's your update. In other sugar spiky news, now we talked about the protests that took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota, in that church, city's church, where Don Lemon was interviewing the pastor, and we've talked about that situation. Well, here's your update. A prominent civil rights attorney and at least two other people involved in an anti-immigration enforcement protest that disrupted a service at a Minnesota church have been arrested. Now, this comes even as a judge uh has said that there would be no charges against journalist Don Lemon. Now, the DOJ tried to bring charges on Don Lemon. The judge said, "Hell nah, bitch," and dismissed those charges. So Don Lemon is in the clear. We'll have nothing to worry about that. But there have been arrests of Dr. Nakima Levy Armstrong. She has been arrested. And if you know and are familiar with Dr. Armstrong, she is she is an activist. She is a freedom fighter. She's also a pastor. Is and she's one of the leaders of this beautiful black woman, one of the leaders of this protest. On Sunday, as you recall, we showed the video where protesters entered city's church in St. Paul, where a local official with ICE ties to ICE, who serves as interim director of the St. Paul ICE office, serves as one of the pastors. Skank Bondi announced that a second person outside of Dr. Armstrong had also been arrested, and then Cash Patel announced that a third person. All three arrests were of black women. You had Dr. Nakima Levy Armstrong. You had Chantel Allen, and the third one, I do not have the name of the third arrest, but I know it's been reported everywhere that all three are black women. All three arrests that they made were of black women because, again, black women at the front of protests, at the front of giving it sound and speaking truth to power, and are not afraid. I told y'all this is not going to come easy. I told y'all there will have to be bloodshed. I told y'all people will go to jail. I told y'all people will be arrested. People are going to be beaten. There will be lives lost in this. I told y'all that would happen. And we just have to be prepared for that. Hey, Lee. So we will but they've announced that they have arrested these people. Now, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll get back there in a second. Let me finish this story. What's so interesting is ICE says that these people can't go to a church and interrupt church service with their protests. However, ICE can interrupt your church to go arrest parishioners, slam them to the ground, abuse them, and violate their constitutional rights. ICE can break into churches, disrupt your service, do all of that with reckless abandon, violate your civil rights, constitutional rights, all of it. ICE can do it all right in church. But you can't have no protest. I just want to make sure we understand what's going on here. I did have a right. No, that's what I was just saying, Fran. They are allowed in churches. Are. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to give you that. I'm going to monitor this situation. I'm very familiar with Dr. Armstrong, very familiar with her. So I'm going to monitor this situation and bring you updates as they come. I do need to go back to the previous story. I did, there is some information leaking out about the ICE appropriations bill that I forgot. There's a video that I found, and there's more to the story. And I found a video that explains it better than I can about some fuck shit in the DHS appropriations bill. Here's the video.
Okay, I'm going to show you something totally insane. We are really not safe and Donald Trump needs to be impeached and removed. Do you want to see why? Let me just show you. This is a screenshot from a text exchange I was just on with some people behind the scenes in the House. These are staffers, etc., who are very kept up on exactly what is happening with this House DHS bill that has to get funding. So look at this. This is someone who had been in contact with Representative Escobar, who was in on the negotiation. This is her talking. She wrote, Representative Escobar's office shared some changes that were made to the markup once it passed the Rules Committee. This happened late last night. Representative Escobar, Democrat by the way, presented an amendment that prohibited the detainment of U.S. citizens. That amendment passed with GOP support, so Republicans supported it, but allegedly the amendment was stripped late last night by the administration. Do you understand? I asked because I wanted to clarify and make sure I understood this correctly. Said she literally added an amendment that prohibited the detention of U.S. citizens and the Republicans stripped it out. She said no, the White House stripped it. The White House stripped the amendment that prohibited the detention of U.S. citizens. Send this to your Trump-supporting friends. Send this to your politically checked out friends. You need to understand that not a single person in this country is safe right now because this administration has no regard at all for the U.S. Constitution. Don't believe me? Go read the breaking news this morning about how ICE is allowing their agents to enter homes without a judicial warrant, violating the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. They don't care. Anyway, remember the Pledge of Allegiance? You took it. Help us fight.
We'll get to that judicial warrant story in just a second. But I wanted you to see that part because that I thought was quite alarming about that DHS appropriations bill. They added an amendment that said that they could not detain U.S. citizens, and they were like, nah, fuck that. Keep that shit in there. Hey, Miss Felicia. Hey, LaDonna. What's going on? So I just wanted y'all to see that part. In other ICE news, so we're learning that ICE kidnapped a 5-year-old child, and I did say kidnap. I did. School officials in Columbia Heights, in the Columbia Heights area of Minnesota, say ICE agents have detained 4 children in the school district in recent weeks, including a 5-year-old boy named Liam Ramos, who was detained on Tuesday along with his father as he returned home from preschool. The school released a photo showing a masked agent standing next to Liam, who was wearing his backpack and a blue winter hat with bunny ears. About 20 minutes later, Liam's older brother arrived home from middle school to find his younger brother and father were gone. School officials say Liam and his father had been sent to a detention center in Texas more than 1,000 miles away. School officials also say ICE agents tried to use 5-year-old Liam as bait by asking him to ring the doorbell to his home and help agents detain additional people. Let me say that again. School officials say ICE agents tried to use Liam as bait by asking him to ring the doorbell to his home to help ICE agents detain additional people. I have a question. This is a real question. You heard that part of the story where there's also a middle school child who came home to find that his father and younger brother were no longer there. Now, where is he going? Where is he at? Who is he living with? They don't move the father and the 5-year-old to a ICE detention center in San Antonio, Texas. These people live in Minnesota. And y'all done snatched the boy up as he was on his way, snatched him up from the preschool and tried to use him as bait to get more people out the house. I don't know what y'all want from me. It sounds like you're right. Yeah, from what I understand, LaDonna, they were able to they are free now, but they had to bond out. Hmm. They weren't just let go freely. They had to bond out from what I'm being told from my sources. No, they didn't ask or tell anything. Hey, Uncle Jay, listen, this is crazy. They ain't asking no questions. They don't care. They don't care. The other part that the school districts are saying is ICE is rolling up on kids leaving school, elementary school, middle school, high school. Most kids don't have ID, don't have proof of citizenship, have no ID, have no proof of citizenship. You could barely get kids to have keep their school ID on them. But here we are. Here we are. And then you know how they do children that may be black, brown, or other uh, uh, children of color. They treat them like they're adults. Hmm. They're never allowed to be children. They're always treated like adults. In other news, now the video we watched teased this story, but I wanted to flesh it out even more so you had real understanding of what's happening here. So, federal immigration officers are asserting sweeping power to forcibly enter people's homes without a judge's warrant. And that's according to an internal ICE memo that's been obtained by news outlets. This marks a sharp reversal of long-standing guidance meant to respect constitutional limits on government searches. The memo authorizes ICE officers to use force to enter a residence based solely on a more narrow administrative warrant to arrest someone with a final order of removal, a move that advocates say a lot collides with the Fourth Amendment protections and upends the years of advice given to immigrant communities. This shift comes as this administration dramatically expands immigration arrests nationwide, deploying thousands of officers under a mass deportation campaign that is already reshaping enforcement tactics in cities such as Minneapolis. They've also gone over there to the state of Maine, where they're in Portland, Maine, and Lewiston, Maine, and they're calling it Operation Daily Catch. Now, for years, immigrant advocates, legal aid groups, and local governments have urged people to not open their doors to immigration agents unless they are shown a warrant signed by a judge. That guidance is rooted in Supreme Court rulings that generally prohibit law enforcement from entering a home without judicial approval. The ICE directive directly undercuts that advice at a time when arrests are accelerating under the administration's immigration crackdown. The memo itself has not been widely shared within the agency, according to a whistleblower complaint, but its contents have been used to train new ICE officers who are being deployed into cities and towns to implement the president's immigration crackdown. New ICE hires and those still in training are being told to follow the memo's guidance instead of written training materials that actually contradict the memo, according to the whistleblower. So the actual printed training materials say you shouldn't barge into a house without a judicial warrant, but this new memo is what they're being trained with that says bust in there regardless. hmm I don't have no answers for y'all. Direct violation of the Constitution. Now, what they're using to go into these homes is what's called an administrative warrant. That administrative warrant is not signed by a judge anywhere in America. Is it? And so, um, what you got going on here is lawlessness. And what they're going to rest their head on is, oh, our training materials say that you shouldn't enter without a judicial warrant, but you're training people on the contrary. They don't give a damn about the law. They don't give a damn about people. They do not give a rat's ass. I can't speak to whether or not they're using fake warrants. I won't say that. But what I can say is an administrative warrant is not signed by a judge. And an administrative warrant, what that is that means that a person uh, 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 may have an order of a final order of removal by immigration. Um, so it gives them the power to arrest someone with final order of removal, but arresting someone means that if they're out in public, if they're out on the streets, that's one thing. but you cannot go into someone's home. That's illegal search and seizure. Because that would violate the Fourth Amendment. And so you can't do that without judges' orders or a judicial warrant that is signed by a judge, not signed by immigration services, signed by a sitting judge. So that's what we have going on here. In other news, this is the other fallout from the appropriations bill. Now I talked about there being fights in the not in the Democratic Party, in the Republican Party. Well, there's going to be a bicameral fight, meaning a fight between the House and a fight between the Senate. Let me remind you, if you all recall, in the one when they passed the bill to reopen the government this past November, I think it was, a proviso in that, and we covered it here, said that a member of the Senate could get $500,000 from the federal government if they could sue the federal government for $500,000 if their records were subpoenaed or obtained without notifying them first. That was only for senators. So the House only signed off on it and only passed the government, the bill to stop the government shutdown and refund the government, because they just wanted to get the government reopened and be able to take claim for that. However, the House wanted no parts of that bill. Well, they're trying to fix that now. So the House today moved to revoke or rescind repeal a law that allowed senators to sue for substantial sums if they were notified when law enforcement sought their phone records, adding the repeal to a government funding bill that the Senate will have to approve next week or risk a government shutdown. The move is payback for the Senate originally jamming the House with the provision a few months ago as a part of a bill to reopen the government after the longest ever government shutdown. House members were blindsided and angered by the provision, but swallowed it as to not extend the government shutdown. The House on Thursday morning unanimously 427-0 voted to add language repealing that law, and they added now here's our Republicans fuck the Democrats. They're the masters of fucking the Democrats because the Democrats are so easily fucked. They are $2 whores, okay? The Democrats are just easily fucked. These are the ones who says, no, don't fuck me, but you lay on the bed, face down, ass up. You keep your panties on, but you go fall on the bed, face down, ass up, tooting that thing up, mommy, and making it roll with your panties on and saying, please don't fuck me. And all the Republicans have to do is slide the panties to the side and enter your body. I know that was a very graphic metaphor, analogy, but that I thought was a pretty damn good analogy. What the point that I'm making is they knew that the Democrats want no parts of funding DHS. And we just spent some time earlier talking about the DHS appropriations bill, right? They know the Democrats want no parts of it. But you know what Republicans did? They added this part, the repealing of the phone records bill from the Senate, they purposely added it to the DHS bill in order to force the Dems to vote to fund Homeland Security. Mhm. Mhm. So you fuck the House Dems, and then you fuck the collective of the Senate, saying, "Yeah, you got two options. You can approve, you can vote it up and repeal that law that y'all slid in there on us, or risk a government shutdown. Figure your life out." I'm just here. We are. Here we are. Anyway, we'll monitor the situation, let you know how it goes. In other news, that's Senator Mark Kelly of the great state of Arizona, husband to former Representative Gabby Gifford, former astronaut, retired astronaut, I should say, and Navy officer. Mhm. Why are we mentioning Senator Mark Kelly, Democrat of the great state of Arizona? Because it is being reported that he is saying he is seriously considering running for president in 2028. He was asked in an interview yesterday about 2028, and he said, quote, "I still think it needs to be the right person for the moment, and we don't know what that moment is yet." End of quote. People within his circles and in his office, when asked on the premise of anonymity, they have said that he is seriously considering it, meaning he's talked with his wife and family about it, and he is pretty sure he's going to go in that primary. Are y'all voting for him? If I had to choose between him and Gavin Newsom, I'd vote for him before I voted for Gavin Newsom. Hey, YB, what's going on? Happy belated birthday. I'm willing to hear him out too, Universal Goddess. I'm willing to listen. If you got to pick between him and Gavin Newsom, who you going with? Quick straw poll. If we're in the Democratic primary and it's him, Senator Kelly, or Governor Newsom, who are you voting for? Put it in the chat. And if you want, you can tell me why, but I just need to know who you're voting for in a Democratic primary. This is a real question. I'm telling you, I'm probably going Kelly because from what I know of Newsom, Newsom will talk a good game, but a lot of times when the rubber hits the pavement, Newsom won't pull the trigger. You're very welcome, my fellow Capricorn. I got Antonia says she's going with Governor Newsom. Miss Baythang said Governor Newsom. Ravine says a hard choice. Universal Goddess said Senator Kelly. DPG says I would pick Kelly, Senator Kelly. Newsom's choice of ex-wife makes me ponder his decisions. Well, then there's that. I mean, let's be clear. Look at Gavin Newsom. If you look at the career arc of Gavin Newsom, it Gavin Newsom has been a real annoying fucktard. Let's just be clear. Up until about a year, up until January 20th of last year, when he decided that he was going to try to go against Donald Trump on social media only, and I still refuse to believe he's writing his own social media posts. But I don't know that he has the stones for it. It's a lot of people that's internet thugs and stuff. And Gavin Newsom gives me good internet thug. We will see what he has to say. Dems haven't put out anything other than Newsom. Again, you're right. However, Newsom talk a lot of noise on the internet. When the rubber hits the pavement, not so much. If I had to choose between Senator Kelly and Gavin Newsom, I'm probably picking Senator Kelly. But Felicia says she's undecided. But I'm going to definitely want to see who's in the pool of candidates in that primary. It looks pretty split even. It looks split pretty even. Certainly we will want some robust debates and so forth. And listen, questions would have to be answered, but listen, I'm sure Governor Shapiro is probably going to make a run. I could see Governor Wes Moore making a run. I think Governor Wes Moore would probably be better as a VP instead of the candidate. I think it's a little too early for Governor Moore, but I could see him running just so he could be tapped for a VP spot. I could see Josh Shapiro running out of Pennsylvania. I could see Newsom running. I could see Senator Kelly running. Coriana, Iman Davenport Dupree, she's gonna run. Senator Booker, she gonna run. Can we just be single for 4 years? That would be great. That would be great if we could. Hey, Karen. Child, but listen. We'll see. We'll see what the pool of candidates looks like. But I wanted to prepare y'all for that up front. In our last sugar spiky story. So I needed to bring this to you. I gotta look. I definitely need to look more deeper into this, but on the surface, it sounds good. But I never believe anything coming out of a health payer or insurance company. The nation's largest health insurer has promised to return any profits it makes in the Affordable Care Act marketplace to consumers in 2026. United Health Group quote, will voluntarily eliminate and rebate our profits this year for these coverages, end of quote, as Congress continues to debate whether to extend enhanced ACA subsidies that expire at the end of 2025 and help millions of Americans afford Obamacare, CEO Stephen Hemsley said in a prepared testimony published ahead of a congressional hearing scheduled for today. Though United Health Group is the largest insurer, it is a smaller player in the ACA market with about 1 million customers in 2026. Centene, one of the largest ACA insurers, has about 6 million customers. The announcement comes the day the announcement came out yesterday, a day before insurance CEOs were set to be in the hot seat during 2 House hearings today before key committees probing the company's roles in driving high health care costs across America. It also comes amid pressure from the White House as Donald Trump has called on health insurers to lower their prices and said he would convene a meeting of their CEOs to secure commitments. Listen, I don't know how much of this I believe. Now they're saying they're going to refund all of the money that they make from profits that they make. They're going to give back to and refund back to their customers. That remain. They're trying to clean up their face. Their CEO got murdered on the street because they have a history of being one of the worst health insurers in the country. We did a whole story where we reported about the atrocities they were doing with home health care at nursing homes, where they were now saying they weren't going to provide enough nursing staff and home health for people that were in these nursing homes, how they were collecting money, millions and millions and millions of dollars, but not using it the way they were supposed to use it on those patients. We reported on all of their fuck shit, how they would deny pre-authorizations that were life-saving treatments for people just because they wanted to save money, to give more money to their C-suites. We reported on all of that over here. So while this sounds good, I have every reason to believe that there's an ulterior motive. Something is happening behind closed doors that we don't know about, because I just don't trust these people. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. It's time for our video breakdowns as we leave the Sugar Spike segment. It's time for our video breakdowns. Our first 2 video breakdowns are here to give us some advice for those of us who will be losing power over, who could possibly be losing power over the weekend. Here's some advice from some people.
If your power is out and you need to eat, heat up some water, cook a little something, did you know you could use a regular muffin tin and tea candles? Come with me, I'll show you what to do. Light your candles. Once you feel it's a little warm, add your oil. Scramble your egg, add it to the skillet. You can cook right over these tea candles. And while you're having your egg, you can have a pot of water on for a coffee. Mmm. Delicious. And there you go.
Listen, in a pinch, tea candles, muffin pan, hey, you can make it happen. You can make that shit happen. You know, when you grow up poor, like some of us grew up poor, and your parents didn't pay the light bill and it went out, you had to find a way to make a meal. I remember having a candle. We kept candles in the house just in case the lights was out when we got home. And you know, your parents never warned you when the lights bill didn't get paid. They didn't say, baby, when you get home, the power gonna be out. And I know they knew. You come home always before your parents. You come home from school, you try to turn on the light, and that shit don't go. You go, oh, fuck you. You knew. I knew, let me just get these candles out. I would go ahead and open me up a can of, because we kept some Chef Boyardee in the cabinet. I will open me up a can of beefaroni, dear, because I like beefaroni. I'll put that, open up the top, put that girl on, what I would do is, we had this this thing that had like holes in it at the bottom, so I would sit the candle on top of it, put the candle up underneath it, and so the candle would be right at the bottom of the can of beefaroni. About 5 good minutes, it would take longer than normal, but 5 to 6 good minutes, it would start to get warm. Then after a few more minutes, I would stir it. It would get more warm. After a while, it got hot. I have me a whole can of beefaroni. There it was. And then I knew to put my clothes underneath the mattress so it could iron out. You know, you put your clothes underneath in between the mattresses. You know, you brush out the wrinkles, put the clothes on between the mattress and the box spring, sleep on it, wake up the next morning, your clothes get ironed. See how that work? Child, we had to make it happen back in the day. You want me to replay that again? Okay, I'm gonna replay it, DPG. Here you go. This for DPG.
If your power is out and you need to eat, heat up some water, cook a little something, did you know you could use a regular muffin tin and tea candles? Come with me, I'll show you what to do. Light your candles. Once you feel it's a little warm, add your oil. Scramble your egg, add it to the skillet. You can cook right over these tea candles. And while you're having your egg, you can have a pot of water on for a coffee. Mmm. Delicious. And there you go.
There's your first piece of advice. Don't say we know. Don't say you were not informed. Here's your second video giving you advice for those of us about to lose power.
Here are the 5 things that you're probably not thinking about when it comes to preparing for the winter storm that's about to wallop the southern part of the United States. 5 years ago, my husband and I lost power for 7 days and we had no water for 6 days. And these are the things that I wish that we had prepared for that would have made that time a little bit easier, although it still would have sucked. Do all of your laundry. There's nothing worse than needing to wash your sheets, not being able to use your washer and your dryer, not being able to shower, and then sleeping on stinky old sheets. Get some shelf-stable protein. Last time we went through this, we prepared for it like it was going to be a snowstorm, and I was going to make all kinds of cozy things like a pot roast and short ribs. And as soon as our power went out and our fridge stopped working, all that meat spoiled, even though we put it out in the ice trying to keep it cold, and we didn't have any protein for a couple days. So we were subsisting on things like rice and lentils and canned tomatoes and soups and that kind of thing. So buy some shelf-stable protein, some meat sticks, some protein bars so that you're not just completely wasting away. Bake yourself some sweets. Here's the thing, you're probably going to be prepping some really healthy food, but honestly, if you don't have chocolate chip cookies, when shit hits the fan, you're going to be really sad. It might be stressful to not have power. You might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. What you want is something sweet and delicious. So do yourself a favor, bake some brownies, bake some cookies, whatever it is that you want so you have it on hand. There's nothing worse than not being able to bake a cookie when you want a cookie. Get some paper plates, paper napkins, and plastic silverware because trust me, you don't want to have a sink full of dishes that you can't wash when you don't have water. After 7 days of not washing dishes, our kitchen was disgusting. Be prepared for someone to get sick. Go to the grocery store and get some of those homeopathic remedies that are mixes. So they're made by Boiron and Highlands, and they're for specific use cases. So there's one that's for colds and coughs. There's one that's for the flu. Flu is running rampant right now. If you are stuck at home and you're not able to get to a doctor, having this on hand is going to be the best thing you can do to take care of yourself and your family.
There's some advice. Use it as you wish. One of the best advice she gave, and I know this from being in hurricane country, get you some paper plates, honey. Paper plates and plastic plates and cups so you can use them, good girls, and throw them good girls away. I'm telling you, it will save your life. Go get the paper plates because, baby, when the power goes out, a lot of times they tell you have to boil the water in order to use it. And sometimes you be on boil water orders. So if you're on a boil water order, you can't be washing dishes like that. Just go ahead and baby, go ahead. Don't even Trip. Just go ahead and get that paper plates. Go a long way. I told you I bought my beef jerky and protein bars already. Beef jerky will save your life. Protein bars will save your life. I'm just telling you what I know. Don't say I warned you. Those were your first 2 pieces of advice. The next 2 video breakdowns are just for kicks, shits, and giggles.
Dang, boy, that's cold out there. Good googly moogly. Shee.
Hey, that's me right there. I ain't got much to offer.
I ain't bringing a huge load, but I got a good old strong motor. I had to watch it twice because I was like, and then I looked at the truck. I was like, you know what? Let me play it again.
Dang, boy, it's cold out there. Good googly moogly. Shit.
Hey, that's me right there. I ain't got much to offer. I ain't bringing a huge load, but I got a good old strong motor. A mess. Just a mess. Here's our last video breakdown.
I love you, but I don't like it when you pee on me in the shower. Point blank, period.
Hold on. Before I even let it go. Now, those of you all married or whatnot, y'all really shower together? Have I showered with any of my exes? I think I have, but it wasn't regular. It was not a common practice. And if we did, bitch, you first of all, why are you pee? I don't even pee in the shower myself. Let's be clear. If I gotta pee, I'm just gonna get out and maybe that's a little too. People gonna say you doing too much, L Teddy. But if I gotta pee, I'm going to the toilet and go pee in the toilet. But even if you decide you're gonna pee in the shower, okay, you damn sure not directing your penis toward me and peeing on me. That's what we're not doing. I'm sorry. I had to pause because I was like, nope. You're not peeing on me. You are not peeing. Let's continue.
You know how to aim.
I just want to see which one is warmer.
No.
I love you, but I don't like it when you fart all the time. Why do you always fart? And they smell so bad, Andrea. I can just smell it right now.
That's rude.
I love you, but I don't like it when you ask me to do something and you expect me to do it right away.
Right.
And I'll be like, all right, give me 1 minute. But she want me to be like, sir, sir.
I love you, but I don't like it when you don't flush the toilet. Like, you literally do it several times throughout the week.
Listen, I'm not doing it intentionally. I just forget to do it because I'm trying to hurry up and get in the shower.
I love you, but I hate it when fart in the morning before saying good morning.
Fine, it sets the tone for the day.
No. The sheets damn near flew up. Like, you actually got some, like, burst pressure in your shit.
I love you, but I don't like it when you wake up in the morning and you're feeling a little frisky and want to play, but you have morning breath and your mouth guards in and you go like this. Hey, baby.
Is that mine?
I want it to be accurate.
I love you, but I don't like it when you want to be the little spoon.
Damn.
You talking about personal business?
No, like, damn. Can I be little spoon?
You talking about personal business, though?
Like, he be like, can you little spoon be so
I ain't never said shit like that, man. Come on, man.
You want to be little spoon? Is that a thing? Ladies, have your men ever asked you to be the little spoon? Like, I would look crazy. Now, if it's 2 men, that's a whole different story. I'm talking about heteronormative relationship, cis man, cis woman. Y'all in a relationship, married, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Are you going? Do your boyfriends ask you to be the little spoon? Is that a thing? Are men asking to be the little spoon now? I just want to know. Is that a thing? I mean, let's be clear. Men have needs too. We want to be comforted and hugged too, but still, is that a thing? That was wild to me, Catherine. Like, most women I know are real serious about flushing the toilet. So me hearing a man complain that his girlfriend or wife or whatever is not flushing the toilet, that was wild to me. I was like, oh, wild. I was like, oh, wow. Because normally I know women complain about that about men. Fran says she a big spoon and she only 5'3" and he's 6'5". Wow. You know, I think, listen, I love to be little spoon. Let's be clear, but I'm in a whole relationship with a whole other man. Let's be clear. But I really think that's probably something more men would like to do, but probably are afraid to ask their wives or girlfriends to do. Because a man, every now and again, want to be hugged, want to be cradled, want to, get in tune with his sensitive side, want to feel that warmth around his body every now and again. Universal gotta say, her last ex always wanted to be little. Oh, then there's that. I've never been asked, but I don't mind being the big spoon. My boobs on his back feel. See, that would scare me. No, no, now I'm done. I'm done now. Nope. That's my whole thing. That's why I heard somebody was like, would you ever consider having sex with a trans woman? I said no, because what I don't want is titties on my back. It would freak me out to have titties on my back. Hey, oh, wait, no, God, no. But that's just me. I don't want tatas on my back. I just don't. It would freak me out. Just saying. He was embarrassed. I think more men should not be embarrassed about it. I think that they want it, but just are embarrassed to ask. I think like that, DPG, just don't ask, just do it. And see how he reacts and responds. I think he'd really like him. I think he'd really like him. Exactly, Harold. I think a lot of men would love to be Little Spoon, but they think it calls into question their masculinity. I don't think it calls into question masculinity, but me as a man who likes men and I like a good chest, I don't want titties on my back because now I'm gonna be looking for cooter and I'm not wanting cooter. That's just me. Like I'm telling you, friend, that was wild to me. Like I was like, a woman not flushing the toilet? Wow. Only when he's sick? Okay. Okay. Wait, Terrence didn't say he was embarrassed? I don't think he did. Oh, let me speak too soon. Yeah, Terrence didn't say that. Don't be projecting. Anyway, those were our video breakdowns. Let's do this belly flop into the deeper recesses of the dossier. I think more men would like to be Little Spoon. And Terrence said he ain't embarrassed one bit, and he a whole ass thug, a whole ass man, a whole ass thug, and will blow you off the earth. Anyway, congratulations to Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, and all of the people down there too. Sinners broke a record and received a record-breaking 16 nominations at the Academy Awards, breaking the previous record of 14 nominations held by All About Eve in 1950, Titanic, as I call it. You call it Titanic. I call it Titanic back in 1997, and La La Land back in 2016. Now, while we are so happy for Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, and all of the cast down there, the nominations, they were received nominations for Best Director, Best Actor, Michael B. Jordan, Best Supporting Actress, Wunmi Mosaku, Best Supporting Actor, Delroy Lindo, Best Original Screenplay, Ryan Coogler, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Ruth E. Carter, Best Film Editing, Best Production Design, Best Original Score, Best Original Song, I Lied to You by Miles Canton, Best Sound, Best Visual Effects, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, and the newly cemented category, Best Casting. Now, while I am elated and happy for this film, y'all know what I'm predicting in my head, right? Because we done been down this road all of the time. You get all of these fucking nominations, and the day of, at the goddamn awards. You come away with zero, Dolo, donuts, Zippo, the big zipperoo. Y'all know how they do our black asses. Y'all know how they do our black asses. They be over here. They try to appease our black asses. Yeah, you're being celebrated. It's an honor just to be nominated. It's such an honor just to be nominated. Bitch, that's all you getting because we ain't gonna dare let you bitches go home with that many awards. Not y'all black asses. I'm just saying. I know how these people are. I'm not gonna even set myself up. Now, if they get something, I'm happy. I'm great with it. But will I be surprised if the fuck shit and fuckery happens? Nope. Or something dumb, you get 16 nominations and you walk away with one award. And then they be like, bitch, you better be happy with that. They be like, be happy with that. We gave you one. They'll do something. And it'll be something. It won't be one of the big categories. It'll be something like let me see here. It'll be something like best film editing, best sound. Not the big, and not that there's anything wrong with the best film editing. I'm not trying to diminish an Oscar for best film editing or best sound, but they won't dare try to give you the big five or big six. I'm just saying. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, in more news, so there's controversy with surrounding Naomi Osaka, who's over in Sydney, or is it Melbourne? One of them. She's over in Australia playing in the Australian Open, the first major tennis major of the year. And here we go with the fuck shit again, right? So she was playing against Romania Sorana Cirstea, the white chick you see there, right? And as she would, serve and or win a point, she would be like, "Come on," amp herself up, cheer herself up, right? And so I guess Mama Girl got annoyed that she kept doing it throughout the match. So much so, at the end of the match, hey Cheryl Poole, hey Xavier, it was so much so that at the end of the match, this is how it went. Now, Naomi ended up issuing an apology for her initial comments addressing the way that handshake went, right? She said to Bleacher Reports, quote, apparently a lot of come-ons, I'm sorry, this is when Naomi was asked what it took to get through the match, according to Bleacher Report, she said, quote, apparently a lot of come-ons that she was angry about. Whatever. She's a great player. I think this was her last Australian Open. Sorry, she was mad, end of quote. That's what she said immediately after, that handshake, right? So during a later press conference, she then said, Naomi said, quote, I'm a little confused. I guess that emotions were very high for her. I also want to apologize. I think the first couple of things that I said on the court were disrespectful. I don't like disrespecting people. That's not what I do. End of quote. Naomi, I don't even know why you going through this and apologizing for that whore. To that whore. You mad because I'm over here saying, come on, and amping myself up. Hey, Gabby, girl, fuck you and fuck your life. If you that bad, shut me up then. If I wasn't winning points, maybe I wouldn't be saying come on. But clearly, I whooped your ass. I'm the victor. If you got a problem with it, beat me then. Beat me, love. Get it over the way, get it out of the way quick. And you won't have to deal with me. This your last Australian Open? Bitch, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Fuck wrong with you? I ain't the only fucking it would be one thing if she was the only one that did this or said this. Hey, Complex 613. A lot of tennis players, black, white, blue, and purple, chant, say things, do girl, if you girl first of all, Naomi, when you start apologizing to these bitches, they feel entitled, and then the next bitch gonna try it. I wouldn't apologize to that whore for nothing. I'll be telling that whore to kiss all parts of the fattest part of my asshole. Girl, I can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Won't. Fuck out of here. I'm not playing with these people. Anyway, that's the situation with Naomi. Girl, Naomi, you better than me. Phil Collins is in the news. Now, we love Phil Collins around these parts. Phil Collins is one of those white people that the black community, by and large, we love us some Phil Collins. We will windmill for Phil Collins. Well, as some people may know, he's been having medical issues as of late, and his health has been declining lately. He now requires around-the-clock medical support, just to for even just for his day-to-day life. Now he's 74 years old, and he recently shared that his long-running health challenges are still ongoing and now require 24-hour care. His condition traces back to a serious spinal injury in 2007 that damaged vertebrae in his upper neck and led to lasting nerve issues. He said on a podcast, quote, I have a 24-hour living nurse to make sure I take my medication as I should do. I've had challenges with my knee. I've had everything that could go wrong with me did go wrong with me. End of quote. Listen, we praying for you, Phil. He said he had caught COVID and went to the hospital. He said that he was having kidney problems and stuff. He says he's had quite a few medical challenges. Listen, we praying for you, Phil. We like Phil Collins around these parts. Child, let me go listen to me some Studio. Or one of my favorites is She's an Easy Lover. Easy Lover with him and Philip Bailey. I love me some Philip Bailey now. I fights about Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind, and Fire. But we love Phil Collins. We praying for you, Phil. Vince Staples is in the news because apparently I just finished watching season 2 of the Vince Staples show. Well, apparently Netflix said that's it, you're gone, and they have canceled the Vince Staples show. I like his show. I really do enjoy his show. It was a great show. But it's been canceled. And it got great reviews. It scored 94% with critics and 88% with viewers on Rotten Tomatoes. It got Great reviews. I don't know if people weren't watching it. What I will say is they weren't marketing that show like they market other shows. They absolutely did not. I thought the show was a great show that a lot of people may not have been watching because it didn't get the marketing that it should. But I thought it was a phenomenally written show. Great writing on the show. If you've never seen it, it's a great show. I really enjoy it. I really, really do enjoy the show. So I'm sad to see it go. Against all odds is that jam, is that bump. Take a look at me now. Take a look at me now. I'm just saying. Come on, Phil. It is really good. Spicy original. Yeah, Xavier, they just, they don't want to do right by certain people. Listen, hold your head up, Vince. Keep writing, keep doing what you do. It'll come. Keep grinding. It'll come because you have great content, great content. In our last story of the day, before we get out of here and going on around there to really be, in our last story of the day, Stefan Diggs has wrapped up his legal battle with Instagram model Eileen Lopera. Now, back in December of 2024, Miss Lopera filed a lawsuit against Stefan Diggs, alleging that he is the father of her daughter. She asked for her sole legal and physical custody of the child. She also wanted him to cover child support, pregnancy expenses, and legal fees. In November, her attorney confirmed that a DNA test had been conducted and that it proved that Stefan was the father of her child after all. Now, according to US Weekly, they're reporting that Ms. Lopera has dropped her lawsuit. And her attorney said, quote, "The matter has been resolved," end of quote. And that came from her attorneys. What that sounds like is, because if you had credible evidence that that is his child, that sounds like he said, well, let me just break you off this money. And I guess there was enough zeros for her to shut the fuck up and say, all right, we all right. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't got the man. I told you the man is another one of the Johnny Appleseeds in the NFL, dropping seed all across America from sea to shining sea, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. I'm just saying, the man got like how many kids? He got about 8. I thought he had a whole bunch of kids. Let me see. How many kids does Stefan Diggs have? I thought he had a whole bunch of them kids. Don't he got Cardi B pregnant? I know he got about 2 or 3. He reportedly has 4 kids. And that was last year. They said he had 4 kids on the way. Can I get a real answer on how many kids he have? Oh, they say he have 6 children by several women. 6 children by several women. Like, you ain't learned? They just don't. They just love fucking up their money. They don't want no fucking money. Because those women, they're not thinking about them kids. They think about their payday. They think about their next Birkin bag they finna go buy. They think about their next car they finna go buy. Because you're going to have to break them off. And all that money that you making in the in the NFL, and you barely hanging on to your career because this is like your 4th or 5th team. This might be your last run at an NFL salary, because this is like your 4th or 5th team right now, sir. This is like your 4th or 5th team. I'm just saying. And so, yeah, this your fourth team. Yeah. Bro, you ain't getting that many chances. And if you do get another team, what that means is your salary will be diminished. You're a journeyman. You're not a top receiver anymore. So you're on the wrong side of 30, okay? Mr. Diggs, you are on the wrong side of 30. I'm just being honest with you. The NFL is a young man's league, and you're on the wrong side of 30. And you over here planting seeds all over the place as if this is going this money is going to be forever. I just don't see them offering you a television contract to be a commentator anywhere. So, sir, where's this money finna come from? Is that why you getting up with, you trying to secure the bag with Cardi B and have her pay for all your cheering? I'm just trying to understand what is happening here, sir. Sir, I'm really trying to get a good grasp on what the fuck is happening here. What is going on? What are you doing? I'm really trying to get a good understanding of what's going on here, sir. Can you help me out? Huh? I ain't got no answers. I don't have no answers. But y'all can call him Johnny Appleseed then, because seeds are getting planted all over. You say the dick must be amazing. It probably is. You know them motherfuckers that them ain't shit ass motherfuckers, Gabby. They do be having good dick and good stroke to go with it. Bitches ain't shit. Mm, mm. Right, go ahead and get a vasectomy. If you just want to be planting seeds everywhere, go ahead and get a vasectomy. Or don't they have like the patch that you can slap on your shoulder and it'll help with you not getting people pregnant? Like there are other mechanisms if you don't want to get a vasectomy, but sir, you need to figure it out. You need to make that investment. I'm just saying. Wasn't he pregnant with didn't he have like 4 women pregnant when Cardi first got pregnant? Girl, I cannot. Child, I just can't. I don't have it to do. Now he on the road side of DNA test too. But quiet as it's kept, he is. I know women can get an implant, but I think there's a shot that I think men can get. I think there's a patch that men can get as well. And both of them last, I think the shot lasts a couple years, and I think the patch, you keep wearing it and stuff. I think I could be wrong. Anyway, sir, you need to figure it out. Listen, that's the dossier for today. That's the dossier for today. Now we'll be back here tomorrow. Since I'm not going nowhere, we'll be back here tomorrow, y'all. And y'all know tomorrow is Friday, so y'all know what that means. Be prepared to come y'all ass up here. Don't act brand new. Don't act like y'all don't know what this is. Y'all listen, don't play around. Y'all know what this is. Stop fucking off. So be prepared to bring y'all ass up here. Really B says she's not having a tribe meeting today. She says that she is running some errands. So there's no tribe meeting today. She is running some errands. Again, if you have come to this live late, please, if you live in the South or anywhere on the Eastern Seaboard, there's a horrible winter storm coming over the weekend, which will be followed by crippling Arctic cold that will come early part of next week. So we're talking ice and snow ravaging the South. and the mid-Atlantic states Saturday and Sunday, only to be followed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with bitter cold. They're talking in the northern states and in the Midwest. On Monday, Tuesday of next week, you could have actual temperatures in the negative 30s. Not wind chills, actual temperatures in the negative 30s. Many millions of Americans will be you Tracy, I think you got my number, ma'am. Give me a call when we get off here. Millions of Americans may be without power for a considerable amount of time. So tonight is your last night. Everybody all the way from New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, parts of Kansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, um, Georgia, parts of northern Georgia, northeast South Carolina, North Carolina, all of the mid-Atlantic states, everything above that, the Mason-Dixon line is going to have snow. Everything above the Mason-Dixon line will have snow. Virginia is also slated to have a lot of ice. And you know, if there's a lot of ice, if there's more than a half inch of ice, that could mean power outages. And we're talking hundreds of millions of Americans that could have power outages. So please go get extra money out of the bank if you need to. Go get make sure you have cash. Make sure all of your things are charged. Put your freezers and refrigerators on the lowest settings. Get non-perishable foods. Tonight is your night. Get all the non-perishable foods you need tonight. So that way you don't have to worry about that tomorrow. Please, ma'am, please, sir. There's no tribe meeting tonight. It's still early enough where you can get out there, go do all your shopping. If you need to get firewood, go do that. Make sure you have, for those of you all who purchased our NWS or NOAA radios, go ahead and break those out because you may be needing those as well. But please, please, please be prepared because the difference between having a power outage after a hurricane and the power outage after a winter storm, especially this one, is after a hurricane, you're not having to grapple with freezing cold. And there is freezing cold coming even after the winter storm passes. And if there's no power, that could very well mean you could be facing hypothermia, frostbite, and other things that could, you know, be a safety to life issue. And if there's ice on the streets, emergency management services may not be able to get to you. I know I sound like I'm an alarmist. I know I sound like, but please take it seriously. Okay, rather you have all of this stuff and not need it than need it and not have it. But you're probably going to be stuck in the house when the power goes out. So please take it seriously, okay? Yes, like Janae said, drip your faucets so that you don't have to worry about any pipe bursting of pipes and things like that. This is serious, ladies and gentlemen. And this is going to be for a lot of areas that may not be used to this. So there's still time tonight, even in Texas, but this might be your last chance, even in Texas, to go do what you need to do and get what you need to get. All right, everybody, good on that. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing and all of that good stuff. All right, y'all know, show us a good time over here. You know what I'm saying? We have a good time every day, every damn day. We have a good time over here, okay? So please, 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 show us some love over here. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. If you'd like to donate to the platform, there's a QR code right there at the beneath me, right here. We'll be back live tomorrow on both YouTube and Twitch. And we will be dropping the link so y'all can come up and talk to me and we can shoot the shit. That's all I got for y'all. We've been on here almost 2 hours. I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go pick up some last minute stuff for myself. That's all I have for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.